You're watching WRDE Coast TV.
Good Friday morning, everyone. I'm Abby Smith, and this is your WRDE online local news updates. NASA will once again try to launch a sounding rocket. That attempt will be tomorrow, Saturday night, just after 9 p.m. Tuesday night's attempt was scrubbed due to weather. Scientists say colorful patterns released from the rocket will help them study the atmosphere. A Milford man is behind bars this morning after police say he stabbed and killed 2 dogs. It all started Wednesday morning when troopers were called to 27-year-old Denzel Brown's home for a domestic issue between him and his girlfriend. After settling the dispute, Brown claims he went back into the home to get personal belongings, but ending up stabbing the 2 dogs instead. He claims they were fighting even though they were in separate cages. Meanwhile, in Kent County, troopers continue searching for one suspect they say is involved in a drive-by shooting. It all happened around midnight Thursday when a woman claimed her ex-boyfriend and 2 other suspects drove by and shot at her house multiple times. Police were able to catch the other 2 suspects, but are still looking for the ex-boyfriend, who was identified as 27-year-old Mark Romano. Anyone with information in reference to his whereabouts are asked to contact Detective Miller or Delaware Crime Stoppers. A Baltimore man faces multiple charges after attempting to assault an undercover cop. Police say 19-year-old Jordan Kuzma confronted the officer with a knife Sunday morning in Ocean City. The officer identified himself, drew his firearm, and began giving commands to Kuzma. But after ignoring his commands several times, Kuzma finally dropped the knife, but then continued to approach the officer. Kuzma was immediately taken into custody. He was released after posting $20,000 bond. Those planning to camp out this weekend may see a familiar face. Delaware Governor John Carney will join first-time campers at the Governor's Campout at Trapp Pond State Park. Carney will participate in numerous activities, including pontoon tours and cooking demonstrations. The goal of the Governor's Campout is to safely introduce children and their families to camping, the outdoors, and outdoor recreational opportunities. This Sunday, the Ocean City Life Saving Station Museum will have a grand opening for its new exhibit, Native Americans First Contact on Lower Delmarva. Free admission will be offered from 2 p.m. until 4 p.m. Native American John Moore will also perform live at 1 p.m. That performance will take place at the Inlet Park, located just south of the museum. Well, if you plan to travel for the 4th of July, expect a large crowd. AAA Mid-Atlantic is forecasting a record 44.2 million people will travel at least 50 miles from home for the July 4th weekend. AAA says a vast majority will travel by car, and with the 4th falling on a Tuesday, some workers will get a 4-day weekend, making a road trip more inviting with relatively low gas prices. Airline travel for holiday is also expected to rise for the 8th straight year. It's time to highlight WRDE's Person of the Day, Wade Ferguson of Millville. If you see Wade, tell him to have a great day. And that's your Friday morning online local news update. Remember, you can always turn first to WRDE.com for more local news throughout the day. I'm Abby Smith. Thanks for joining me.